though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. And it says, I'll jump down, he has swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again.
And that's what the so-called white men gotta do, man. And like I said earlier before, I don't care how many white women try and get adopt black babies or black sons or what have you, black daughters, what have you. The Lord is still gonna repay everything that you've done. Nothing's changed. The Most High is not gonna change his mind and say, well, you know what, Esau is doing a good job, and he's being peaceful now. No, the Lord is gonna pay them for everything they've done, and even up to this present moment. Okay. Destroying the planet, dropping bombs on people, drones, all kinds of violence that they wrought on the earth. They're going to have to pay for that.
God shall cast him out of his belly.
Right, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly. That's the wealth that they have stored up. All of that wealth that they've accumulated by thievery and bloodshed is going to be taken out. And then it's going to be given to the right people. Go on.
And it says, jump down again, that which he labored for shall be restored.
And it shall be restored to you. Go on.
And shall not swallow it down according to the substance. Shall restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor.
That's exactly what he done. Because it tells you in the Bible how to deal with the poor. You're always going to have the poor. As well as you have the rich, you're going to have the poor. But what does society do? It trodens down those that can't support themselves and upperhands those that can. That's what the society does. And the main people that are the poor is the children of Israel. So because of what they've done on that regard, let's read that again.
And it says, and shall not swallow it down according to his substance, shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor.
Right, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor. And the poor is the nation of Israel right now, because we have no might found in our hands. The Bible tells you that the gates of Jerusalem have been downtrodden in Jeremiah 14. So when you put those two things together, even our economics is not really that strong enough. So we're weak. We're poor. Okay?
And it says, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded
Wait a
not.
minute. Yo, brother. That kind of reminds me of the Native American Indians, bro. That reminds me when the Spaniards went over to the land of America and they stole their land. So everything that Esau did or was going to do was already set up that he was going to do. The Lord already had his number before he went and did what he had to do. Not understanding that the last very end, the Lord was going to put his house in a snare and he was going to have to face up to judgment time. Go on.
And it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left.
There shall be none of his meat, which means goods. None of his goods are going to be left. So that whole new world order set up that they have in plan and store, that's going to pretty much be disrupted. The Lord is going to disrupt the plans of those. Right. Better yet, obliterate it. The plan of the elite is going to pretty much going to be done away with, and it's going to be blown up. It's not going to happen, and it's a waste of time and effort and energy.
Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Right.
In the fullness of his sufficiency.
Right, in the fullness of his sufficiency, God.
He shall be in straits.
He shall be in straits, God.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Right, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now when you look at that word wicked, the word there is laborers. Because in due time what's going to happen is the nation of Israel going to get their hands on Edom and they're going to be busting skulls up. Okay, that's what's going to go down. Once they go into that nuclear war, they're going to be destroyed, and then we're going to lay hands on them, as the Bible describes. God. Because they have to pay, man. It's time for them to pay now. It's time for them to pay up, man. All of these Edomites out here, the whole of Idumea has to pay for the atrocities of what their forefathers have committed on the earth. Go on, brother.
Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob,
Right.
shame shall cover thee.
And that's why they want us to forget about slavery.
Thou shalt be cut off forever.
Thou shalt be cut off forever. Go on.
Jump to 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Right, and the house of Esau was stubble. Who is this talking about? What nation of people was this talking about? The so-called white people, as they call themselves. So it says that the whole house is going to be cut off on.
And they shall kindle in them, and devour them.
And devour them.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
As the scripture says, they that devour thee shall be devoured. That's what's going to happen. So let's continue to read this, shall we? Got some more? Go on.
And it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly,
When he's about to almost to fulfill the plans of the new world, what is it, the agenda of the new world order? Go on.
God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right, while he's getting everything prepared for the new world order. Go on.
He shall flee from the iron weapon.
What is the iron weapon? The nuclear missile that they have. That every nation on the planet, okay, that have, not every nation, but certain nations that have. Go on.
King Jong-un, China, Pakistan,
Russia.
He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bowl of steel shall strike him.
Right, and the bow still shall strike him through. So that's showing you right there that the bow still, okay, when you actually understand what is the prophet. Is that what
Job.
The prophet Job didn't understand what he was seeing, but we understand what he's seeing. Because we have nowadays we have the technology that they didn't have back then. So when he said that the bow still shall strike him through, we all understand what that is. This common spiritual sense. He's talking about the nuclear missile. That nuclear missile is going to strike this man through in his enterprise. Because what we all understand is that Great Britain and America and its whole revival of ancient Roman system was established by the blood of the saints. The nation of Israel, the slaves. Okay? Go on.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
Right, which is the nuclear silo. Go on.
Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him.
Right, because you don't gotta go underneath the missile and blow and strike a fire so it can propel itself. No, it propels itself. All you gotta do is press that button, baby. Go on.
And it says, shall consume him. It shall go ill with him.
It shall go ill with him. So the same weapon that the so-called white man created, he's gonna wind up destroying himself with that same weapon. As they like to say, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? Go on.
It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle.
Right, it shall go ill with him that is left in his society. Go on.
The heavens shall reveal his iniquity.
The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. That's why when you go on the internet, what do you see? Everything that these Edomites have done. And that's why one of the Rockefellers said, look, the worst thing that we could have ever came up with was the internet. Because now what's happening is the internet is exposing their handiwork. Go on.
And the earth shall rise up against him.
And this is all coming out of the Bible. And it says the earth shall rise up against him. And you know, to my mother, she done damn near been all over the world. And she's finding out that the so-called Europeans, everywhere they go, they get hassled by the other nations. So isn't that Bible prophecy happening right there? Go on.
The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
In the day of his wrath, because the day of his wrath is going to be by the nuclear war. All right, the nuclear annihilation. That's what's going to do it. That's why those nations are getting ready anyway. Because why is it World War III is going to erupt? Why do these other nations have the nuclear missiles? There's a reason why they have it. Let's get the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter. Joel 3, I think it's Joel 2 or 3.
Joel 2 and 3. Yeah, Joel 2 and 3 to 10.
Joel 3.
Joel 2. 2 and 3.
Right. First, actually, show Joel 3 and 2. That's that one. Yeah. Right. Actually, start from verse 1. Start from verse 1.
This is Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem,
Right, go on.
I will also gather all nations.
Alright, man. Alright, let's go, man. Alright, man. Yes, so go on.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right, that's the Middle East. Go on.
And I will plead with them there for my people.
And I will plead for them there, my people. Go on.
And for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Who is involved in the transatlantic slave trade? Arabs. Those indigenous Africans in our land, the Hamites. Alright, and the so-called white man, the number one person that was involved in that. Okay, the number one person that actually strived and became prominent due to our downfall. Go on.
And parted my land.
And part of the land, huh? Because they're also in the land of our people. And you got different parts of the land. You got a portion of the so-called Jews that believe in Islam. Alright, and then you got the Palestinians, and then you got this particular second. So many different things going on over there. And then you got the homosexuality going on over there. Alright, go on.
And they have cast lots for my people.
Right, and they have cast lots for his people. Go on.
And given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
So now we all understand why World War III is going to happen. So let's read verse 2 again.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people.
And I will plead for them there for my people. So when you look at the word plead there, I can assure and guarantee the word there is shapat, which means to punish or to vindicate. So that's why World War III is on the horizon and is on the way. Why? Because the work was done, 12 hours ago, pursuant to the timeline of the Lord. The Lord's timeline, alright?
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
But you gotta understand, you got the Negroes that went from also the Americas, and they also went to the Middle East too, and further into the East. So they've actually pretty much spread us all the way out. That's why you have it. That's why it was known as what is it? The diaspora. Okay? Which the word diaspora comes from the word it means dispersed. So the nation of Israel was dispersed from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth due to the transatlantic slave trade. Go on.
Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Alright, so what we're going to do is I want to read this again. Because that was pretty much the point. Let's get let's read this now. It says, you might expect the so-called slave conversation to have gone to the freed slaves to readdress the injustice they suffered. Instead, the money went exclusively to the owners of slaves who were being compensated for the loss of what they had. Until then, being considered their property, not a single shilling of reparation. They have to sort this article out. No single word of apology has ever been granted by the British state to the people it enslaved or the descendants. Today, 1835 feels so long ago and so far away. Not to me, it don't. But if you are a British taxpayer, what happened in that quiet room affects you directly. Your taxes were used to to pay off the loan, like you said, brother. You just said that. And the payment only ended in 2015. Generations of Britons have been implicated in a legacy of financial support for one of the world's most egregious crimes against humanity. The fact that you and your parents and their parents in turn may have been paying for a huge slave owner compensation package from the 1830s only came to public attention last month. And if you notice, brothers, right, ever since we've been going into the slavery thing, there's no Edomites that's actually from England that want to come deal with us. But if you notice, every time we talk about something else, they want to come around here. All right? They always want to come around here and try and mess with us. But now all of a sudden we're talking about the history of Britain, slavery, they don't want to deal with us now, all of a sudden. You know why? Because they're guilty, man. They consciously know that they're fucking guilty. That's why they don't want to come up here and talk with us. Alright? So let's read this. It says, the fact that you and your parents, I've read that already. It says, right, it says only came to the public attention last month. The revelation came on February 9th in the form of a tweet by HM Treasury. Here's today a surprising Friday fact. Millions of you have helped end the slave trade through your taxes. Did you know? In 1833, Britain used 20 billion, 40% of its national budget to buy freedom for all slaves in the empire. The amount of the money borrowed for the Slavery Abolition Act was so large that it was paid off until 2015, damn. Which means that living British citizens helped pay to end the slave trade, and they didn't help to pay a damn thing. Because guess what? Slavery is still going into this very day. That's why you have the ones in Great Britain have to work paycheck to paycheck. So I thought slavery ended. How come one set of group of people can get a nice, a nice amount of money from their job, so much so they can go on a holiday, but then you got the ones of our people that can't live like that. So I thought slavery ended. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Okay? It's all freaking bullshit. That's why you got certain so-called white British families, so-called, right, that have inheritance money that they give to their children. So let's read this. It says the tweet, which the Treasury say was prompted by a Freedom of Information Act request submitted in January, generated a storm of anger and source correction. First, the British slave trade was not abolished in 1833 or 1807. Second, the slavery was not abolished in all parts of the British Empire in 1833. The new law applied to the British Caribbean islands and Mauritius and and Cape Colony in today's South Africa, but not to Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, or the British India, for instance. Third, no freedom was bought for plantation slaves in 1833, as the enslaved were compelled to work in unfreedom, and they were still able to work by them. Right. So they wasn't free. Because when he established the act in 1833, they were still working as slaves. So it wasn't free. As I just read. Okay, so like I said, this is why we're going to keep talking about slavery. Because slavery paved the way for Britain to be where it's at right now. And that's why they got the same people and the same economic standpoint where they are already. So that this society can keep going. And that's why when you look around, of the people that drive these buses and trains, who's that? Our people doing it. Because they ain't doing it. They'll do the job for a certain period of time, but they're not going to keep doing the job as long as we're going to keep doing it. Alright, and then you got these side corner stores where the Pakistanis own, alright, or own should I say. So these kind of people, they keep the British society going. So if you take out if you take these people out of the country, what Britain are you going to have? Britain is going to go all the way down economically, dramatically. Why? Because the people of Britain that have benefited of slavery, they're not going to want to do hard work no more. They're going to be looking for the best jobs because they see their own prospering all right, from different classes, and they're gonna want them same similar jobs. So who's gonna do the dirty work? So they need some people to do the dirty work to keep the society going. Because like I said, these English, these Edomites, so-called English, so-called British Edomites, they don't like to really work too hard. So like I said, if you take us out of the equation, brothers, this society is going down. So this is why they keep the so-called Negro in that same economic standpoint. So you tell me slavery ended, they're talking shit, okay? And like I said earlier before, the Most High is going to require everything that they have done unto the children of Israel. And I'm talking about the so-called white man. Everything is he's going to have to pay everything for what his ancestors have done. And the so-called white woman too. You ain't caught off the hook, okay? We're putting you on blast as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to read this. You got some scriptures, right, before I read on? Go on.
Psalms 21 and 8 says, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies.
Right.
Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee.
Right. Thy right hand shall find out all those that hate thee. And the Son is going to be doing it. Go on.
Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger.
And that's why it says in the scriptures, in Revelations, how John the Revelator, he saw how America is mingled with glass and fire. And also other lands too, but mainly America. Because America was really responsible, and Great Britain, for the downfall of the so-called Negro. So the upperhanding of the so-called white man was the downfall of the so-called Negro. And that's the honest to God's truth. Okay, so like I said, and even this old geezer know, he knows about what's going on. He knows what I'm talking about, because back in his day, the so-called Negro wasn't worth that. Back in the 60s and the 70s, all right, they treated us like shit at the time. And then when even times where back in the 40s and the 50s, if you was a so-called Negro walking around amongst Edomites, you'll have a pack of Edomites looking to tump you down.
Yep.
So them old crackers, they know the deal, man. They remember the deal. But these new Edomites, these white boys nowadays, they don't know shit what's going on. They don't know anything. All they know how they do is say, oh, you gotta forget, you gotta live your life. Which they right on that, because they do gotta live their life, because their life is short. Go on.
The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath,
right,
and the fire shall devour them.
Right, and that's gonna be about those nuclear missiles. Go on.
Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men.
Read that verse all over again.
Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men.
Right, so that their seed is going to be destroyed from among the other nations. So I thought the Lord was going to have mercy on everybody, but he's not. So read up a couple of verses, brother. That's what I wanted you to do.
Psalms 21 and 8. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies.
Right.
Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger.
Right. And they shall be brought. They're going to be made as a fiery oven unto the Lord. So I mean, that's a bad deal right there, man. That's a bad deal. Because the Lord said he was going to make them as a fiery oven. Meaning he was going to burn them. This is the Most High saying this through the psalmist David. Go on.
The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath.
And it says the Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath. So I guess the Most High is coming with wrath. Well, there's no need to guess because we know, because we read in the Bible. But what everybody else was saying for a long time is that God is coming to bring love and he's going to come save everybody. But when we read the Bible ourselves, we find out that there's another agenda at large. And the agenda is that he's going to burn these Edomites. During the nuclear war, and also when 1,000 years is set, they're going to burn up again, and they're not going to come back this time. Go on.
And the fire shall devour them.
Right.
And their fruit shall thou destroy.
And thy fruit shall thou destroy. Go on.
From the earth.
From the earth. Go on.
And their seed from among the children of men.
And from their seed from the children of men. You know what he was prophesying? Obadiah 1 and 18. That's what that sounds like to me. Obadiah 1 and 18, he's prophesying about. Go on.
For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Right, the trouble is, what is it? The word mischievous means trouble. So they imagine a way of how they can take us out. But that's not going to work because that's not within the will of the Father. That's not what's written in the Word of God. So that's not going to happen. Some more charge, right?
Yep.
You see what we're saying is facts, man. And the Lord is showing himself time and time again.
Yeah, it could be an airplane now.
Yeah, because it's not turning. It ain't turning.
It could be an airplane. But yeah.
It's too bright.
That's a chariot. That's a chariot. It's just brightened up. It's beaming up now.
Right.
Because the scripture says they don't turn. So that's the chariot right there. You see? So, hey man, the times are coming close. The time of the downfall of the so-called white man is coming closer and closer as the time approaches. And we see in the signs, man.
You pick it up on that.
Oh yeah. Oh! Yes, that's a chariot.
Yeah, the way it's moving.
No, and it lit up.
Yeah.
It lit up. That's what they do over the yard up. They light up. Alright, bro. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, the Lord is showing himself more and more.
See it just go.
Yep. That's what they do.
Showing himself more and more. And that's why you got to keep your eyes to the sky sometimes.
Look up, the redemption draweth nigh, innit?
All right, and I don't know why this guy's smiling because he's got hell to come. He got hell to come for this house.
There's more in it.
Go on, brother.
Verse 12. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them.
That's it on that.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Right, so, hey, like I said, man, like the Bible states, the Lord is going to pretty much perish their seed from amongst the children of men. So you mean to tell me, right, out of everything on the planet is going to remain, but there's going to be one nation of people that's going to be destroyed off the face of the planet. That's a bad deal, man. That's a bad deal right there. That's scary, man. That's a scary deal. Everything else is going to remain on the planet, but besides the so-called Europeans, they're going to be exterminated. That's a bad deal. That's scary, man. That's a scary thing right there. I'm actually scared this time for them. You know? But like I said, man, we want this to go down because the minute this can go down, or that can go down, the minute the planet can breathe for once in a while. So we look forward to that to go down. Go on, brother. We got some more, right?
Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Right, go on.
The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together
Go on.
against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder.
Right, let us divide them. Let's break their strength. Go on.
And cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh.
Go on.
The Lord shall have them in derision.
Right, the Lord shall have them in derision. Go on.
Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath.
Right.
And vex them in his sore displeasure.
Right, and that's going to be, again, by the nuclear weapon. The nuclear weapons are going to hit ground zero on Earth, and this whole entire enterprise is going to be consumed exactly by the fire. Go on.
Let's jump down. And it says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Right, because the heathen are going to be our servants and slaves. That's a part of Bible prophecy. So for the so-called white man to do what he did, I mean, was it in prophecy? Yeah. But that wasn't a part of his birthright. Part of his birthright was not to do that. To take the Lord's people like that and how he did it. All right? But what is a part of prophecy is that we enslave all of the nations and they take heed to the righteousness that we show. That's in prophecy. So really what Esau did is he went outside the plans of the Lord. And that's further to mount to more on why they're going to pay even more now. Alright? Always telling you is the truth according to the Bible, man. Don't get mad at me because I'm showing you what you've done wrong. Get mad at your ancestors and get mad at the Most High. Go on, brother.
And it says, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
They shall be broken with a rod of iron. Give me that in Revelation 2:25.
Revelations 2:25. I'm on Revelations 2:25.
Because the nations that broke us down, they're gonna be broken down by us. That's what you call justice, man. Justice. Edomites. Right, you had the sons of Noah. Well, they still remain right now. The sons of Noah are still here right now. Okay? I mean the ancestors, the ancestors of those people. We're all a part of that.
Some of them have been corrupted by that. Some of them have been corrupted by that.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them believe in the true understanding of the Most High, some of them don't. Because they all have their own different ideologies.
So the people who call themselves Jews are not the people of Israel.
Oh, you mean the people of Israel today?
Well, they're not Israelites.
Oh, right. But you see what I'm saying? The world is waking up to the fact. Hear what this gentleman just said. He said, right? And he confirmed the fact that those Israelis, they're not the Israelites.
The Israelites.
All right. So what's happening is all matter of truth is being revealed.
The people from the Khazar.
Right, the Khazarian Empire. That's right. Yeah. They came out of the Khazarian Empire. And what happened is they converted to being Jews. That's what they did. But that doesn't negate the fact.
Talmudic Jews, aren't they? Talmudic Jews. So what about the New Testament? Do you believe in the New Testament?
Of course, the New Testament goes the whole entire Bible. We gotta go into the New Testament.
So the Old Testament and the New Testament stand together.
Absolutely. And they all connect together, yeah? So give me that.
Revelation
2 and 25. Yep.
It's the Revelation 2 and 25.
And this is the New Testament as well. Go on.
But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Right, to him will I give power over the nations. And what we going to do to the nations? Go on.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Right.
As the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken into shivers.
Because we're going to be bashing their skulls. That's the facts. That sounds horrible, but that's what's going to go down.
I just want to ask.
Right. That's all right. Yeah, you're all right. You see, my man had to get this stepping, man, because he knew what was going to come. You know what I mean? And I got something to say too, because he shouldn't be all bugged down homeless like that. He's a so-called white man. He should enjoy himself, man. You see those two girls, those two Edomite women that walk past, right? He should be going along with them. How come he ain't with them? Because this is his kingdom. This is his society. So, in other words, he ain't nothing but a two-time loser. That's what he is. And he better hope like hell that he's one of us too. Because you do got two-time losers, brothers. You got Edomites that are pouring their own civilization, their own society. That's a damn shame, man. Come on, man. Your ancestors built this setup up, this society up for you to enjoy, and you homeless in your own society. Come on, man. Go on, brother.
Revelation 2 and 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
And you know what? And you know what's happening as well? Because see, what's happening is the curses are coming up on Edom now. The curses that was up on our people, on drugs, all bummy and shitty looking. Hey, they starting to feel the they're starting to get to see go through the experiences of what we're going through right now in their own society. So Esau is going downhill, man. That shit is going downhill. Go on, brother.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
Right, to him will I give power over the nation, because the Israelite man is going to have the authority and the say on the planet. And the Israelite man was looking at them.